Good morning, Hayom Yom, Yud Gimmel Tammuz. So the Rebbe begins by saying that today Yud Gimmel Tammuz is a Yom Tif, and therefore in our prayers we don't say Tachnun. And the reason that it's a Yom Tif is because in the year 1927, on Tes Vav Sivan, which was a Wednesday, so at 2:30 a.m. the communists came and they arrested the Friediker Rebbe. And they arrested him because he was spreading Yiddishkeit, he was spreading Torah, he was spreading Hasidus throughout Russia. And they were planning on killing him, but 18 days later, on Gimmel Tammuz, the Friediker Rebbe was told that his death sentence had been commuted to exile in Kostroma, Russia, which is about a 4.5-hour drive from Moscow. And Friediker Rebbe was exiled to Kostroma, Russia. But then on Yud Beis Tammuz, the Friediker Rebbe was told that he was going to be freed, he was going to be released. But he wasn't actually freed until the next day, until today, Yud Gimmel Tammuz, which in that year fell out on a Wednesday. And on Yud Gimmel Tammuz, Wednesday, 12:30 p.m., the Friedker Rebbe was released from exile, and he was released from prison, and he was free to go. And that's why it's a major holiday, it's a major Yom Tif, very, very joyous day. And that's why we don't say Tachnun in our prayers. Then 5 years later, in the year 1932, so for the upcoming holiday of Yud Beis Tammuz, the Friedker Rebbe wrote a letter to the Chassidim in honor of the upcoming holiday of Yud Beis Yud Gimmel Tammuz. And the Friedker Rebbe, with the letter, put in a mimer. And he wrote in the letter, I am in this letter enclosing a mimer, which through this mimer, I will join you and I will be joining with you and participating with you in all your farbrengens that you're going to have on Yud Beis Yud Gimmel Tammuz. And just very literally, the Chassidim would all learn the mimer, and then the whole farbrengen, they'd be discussing the mimer, so the Friedker Rebbe would be very present at the farbrengen. But the Friedker Rebbe said, through the mimer, I'm joining you at the farbrengen, and the purpose of these farbrengens, what we should be trying to get out of them, is the farbrengens are meant to strengthen the Hasidic way of life. Because Hasidus is literally, it's a way of life, it's a lifestyle. And these farbrengens should inspire all of us and encourage all of us to become more committed and more devoted to the Hasidic way of life. It should really strengthen our devotion and commitment to the Hasidic way of life. And he said, the way we do that specifically, or the emphasis by these farbrengens, which will lead to that happening, is that everyone should be encouraging each other and everyone should encourage themselves and inspiring each other to study more Hasidus, to spend more time, literally more time learning Hasidus. And then not just learning Hasidus like in like a theoretical way, which you could just learn Hasidus and it's like interesting, but not that way. Learning Hasidus in a practical way, learning Hasidus applied. That after you learn the Hasidus, you should really spend time thinking about it and trying to apply it to your life. It should really affect the way you live, the way you think. It should really, really change you. And when we study Hasidus in this way, applying the Hasidus we learn, spending time learning Hasidus and then applying it, which is what we're trying to encourage everybody to do at these farbrengens. So when that's the takeaway from these farbrengens, then these farbrengens that's how we're going to strengthen our Hasidic way of life, our commitment to the Hasidic way of life. And that's what the purpose of these farbrengens, that's what we're trying to get out of these farbrengens. And then he concluded by saying that I bless all the Hasidim and their wives and their children and their grandchildren, and in fact, all the Jewish people, that Hashem should look out for all you guys, and Hashem should bless you in all areas of your life, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, medically, financially, in your inner journey in life, whatever it may be, physically and spiritually, Hashem should bless you and keep you safe and guard you. So have a wonderful Yud Beis Yud Gimmel Tammuz, and God bless you.